And look at that, Cyle, we got some gold.
Day 2 digging with Cyle. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
So we took Cyle to one of our favorite places to dig for gold, but we needed to find a spot.
Let's go find a spot to dig for gold! Yeah! Wow!
And Cyle was quick to start panning out some spots to see where the gold was. But the first spot was a bust, just a tiny piece of gold. He took a test pan from this next spot while Finney provided some supervisory oversight. But yet again, the results were meh. But finally settled on this spot by this tree where there's lots of gravel built up. While Cyle was out collecting rocks, or is that Sasquatch? I got the Highbanker all dialed in and ready to go. It was time to dig for some gold.
Looking for adventure and whatever comes our way. True nature's child, we were born to be wild. We can find so high, I never wanna die. So we born to be
It was time to conduct our first cleanout just to see if we were on the gold. We couldn't see any gold in the sluice box, but that doesn't mean we weren't on the gold. So we decided to do a quick cleanout and just pull the top mat, pan it out, and see if we were on the mother lode. After a quick pan, we noticed some gold. Definitely weren't on the mother lode, but hey, this was a good sign of things to come. After our first cleanout, we took a break and we started exploring further up the creek just to do some test pans, but we ran into a swarm of bees. They were just some thirsty honeybees and left us alone so we could dig and pan a few spots. But I will say it was a bit nerve-wracking when there was thousands of bees humming around you as you're digging and you're panning for gold. Like all that too, right? In the hole we were digging, Cyle discovered some rotting roots that were attached to the tree that broke off and had black sand all creviced inside. But why does that matter? The roots can act as natural gold traps. If the roots have cracks or crevices that can capture black sand, which is heavy material, then most likely it can capture gold as well. So Cyle worked the roots through the Highbanker, spraying off with the spray bars to get the gold to fall into the sluice box, if there was any.
That's one clean piece of wood.
Of course, we had to do a separate cleanout just because we were interested to see if those roots had gold in it. So we panned it out separate from the rest of our material.
We got gold?
Oh yeah, I bet we have tons of gold.
Apple slices? Okay.
I panned out our root results, and it was really surprising. We got one nice piece of gold and some microfines. Quickly hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our gold finding adventures. While Finney fed the Highbanker with gold-rich sand, Cyle and I started punching holes and taking samples from a feeder creek nearby. Just a few inches down, we hit a hard-packed red clay layer.
Think there's gold?
Oh yeah, there's definitely gold.
From that feeder channel, we started filling 5-gallon buckets and taking them back to the Highbanker where the kids would help us process it through.
Cause it feels so empty without you.
I'm bagging them good. Bagging them good. She be heavy. She be heavy. Full of gold. Full of gold.
And we kept running bucket after bucket because we loved the material we were seeing out of that feeder creek.
Looks like there might be gold. Whoa!
With Finney and Cyle working together to run the last bucket through the Highbanker and catch that gold in the sluice box, it was time to do our last and final clean out. I understand some people believe that recreational miners cause significant environmental damage to the rivers and creeks, but I think we deserve applause. Look how much lead and nails we cleaned out from nature, leaving Earth better than we found it. We checked the top mat just to see if we had any color. I did a quick shake and bake because again, we were just checking to see if there was any color, and we got a nice little picker out of the top mat. I was super impressed to see what this run would produce. It was time to clean up and go home, but first we needed to have a learning moment with Cyle. One of the pieces of feedback I gave to him was the fact that taking off this extension on the sluice box was very difficult. But in fact, it wasn't difficult. It's just we didn't know what we were doing.
All right. You got to hang on to this part though. You got to kind of squeeze here, right? Your thumb's only getting that so it unhooks it. Like that.
And our minds were blown. We took the rest of the gold concentrates home to run it through the gold cube. When I checked the top mat, I saw some nice shiny color and quickly started cleaning out the rest of the gold cube to see what our final clean out looked like. And the results were surprising. When we were test panning our clean outs, we were panning too quickly and weren't seeing all the fine gold, but there was a lot of gold there. It was awesome. I had an amazing time digging for gold for 2 days with Cyle from Crux Prospecting. And his Highbanker is #1 in my opinion. Cyle had an amazing time moving some big rocks for very little gold. But if we found good gold, that would mean you'd want to keep on coming back, and I can't have that happening. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Chris Undertaking out in heavy pans.